I need to explain what the hell's been going on. I need to explain who I am. I need to explain what I'm going to be doing. And I need to do this quick video. It looks super like relaxed, super relaxed because that's just what it's going to be about. All right. I really wanted to explain where have I been, what's been going on, my new plans, what happened to me last year that was quite intense. And I really want this to be a really safe space for a lot of people who are sensitive, who are emotional, neurodivergent, who generally find it bloody hard with their mental health and all these sort of things. So my name's Vanessa Joanne. I'm from Spin with V Studios. Now on this channel, I have changed my name a lot. I've either been my actual name, Vanessa Joanne, doing spiritual stuff, or I've come on the spin training, and doing all those classes as well. And I went through a very intense burnout, the most intense autistic burnout slash physical burnout of my entire life. I was in bed for 6 months. I put on a lot of weight. I was so depressed. I had shingles that was really intense, and I had like chronic fatigue in my legs for months. It was horrible. I'm still getting over the trauma about how intense it was for me. And I've had to really I thought I had to leave my fitness career that I've been in for 14 years because I thought I can't sustain this. I can't do it because I was doing a lot of fitness at the time, and I was doing a lot of spiritual stuff at the time, and it's been a lot. And if you're ADHD and you bloody get what you get what I mean, you hyperfixation on certain careers, and sometimes you loop around in those careers where they come back around. But thankfully I've started to feel better. I'm back in my career and I'm feeling back to being myself again. And it's taken months. I was on SSRIs. I was trying to get therapy. I ended up studying to be a psychotherapist, but realized halfway through or the end of the trimester that this is just too intense. This is too much for me. I don't think emotionally I could handle it. So we're back doing spin classes online because this is really deep down my passion, and I really am talking to the folks who really understand neurodivergence. Okay, if you're maybe not neurodivergent but open to struggles of mental health and stuff, this could also be a safe space for you. But I'm not here to talk to people who don't understand neurodivergence, okay, who don't understand what it's like to really struggle about just anxiety and going through seasonal depression and all these things that comes with the bloody label and with the bloody experience of neurodivergence. I wanted my platform, especially my YouTube channel, to be a safe space for you all. I'm a yoga teacher. I love gentle yoga. I love yin yoga. So that's something I really do want to bring onto the channel as well, because I do teach it in real life. However, spin has always been my passion, and I feel that I have something to bring to this community of neurodivergence. I only found out I had ADHD, which is autism and ADHD, only in October 2024. That wasn't even long ago. When I think about it, it's not even 2 years ago. And I have always been stop starting things, changing careers all the time, returning back to careers, and it's been full on. But one thing that's never left other than that burnout was spin. Spin has always been around. And for me, I'm not a typical trainer where, I'm not here about, you'll never see me in a crop top. Let me tell you. It's not comfortable for me to be in a crop top, and my autism comes through. It's just like, no, I need to feel comfortable. So I want my platform to be somewhere where you feel better. All right. It's a mood changer, a mood booster, a place where you can honestly just come in and do a workout and just you can get on with your day. There's no pressure. There's no strictness, no habit tracking, nothing like that. I want my community to feel safe, to come into a workout and then just go. And that's what my classes are about. I've really struggled with trying to figure out who are my people, who are my mental health, because with spiritual stuff, I felt it was more of the sensitive people who are intuitive, but I really noticed that a lot of neurodivergent people are sensitive and intuitive. And to be honest, I don't really practice a lot of my spiritual stuff anymore, my witchcraft. I've kind of put all of that away because it just doesn't serve me. In fact, it brings out more anxiety for me, if I'm going to be really honest with you. That's if I'm being serious there. It really does do that to me as someone who has OCD thinking, and yeah, like my autism needs predictability all the time. So try and add spirituality to that, it actually makes me worse. And I don't know if you can relate to that, but that totally is my experience as well. It's just been a lot. My neurodivergence is affecting me a lot, and there's positives to that, and it's also negatives. And I just know what it's like to really struggle. I know what it's like to not feel like you belong, feeling constantly misunderstood in the world. And not only that, constantly feeling like you're constantly in a burnout all the time because you're just doing so much all the time. So the biggest burnout last year was, whew, like I said, it's a bit of baggage to it now because it was very tough for me. And I knew that something had to change, and it took me a long time to get my body. Like my body, you know, I don't want this channel to be about the way I look and stuff or the way you should look, but my body looks a lot different to what it did last year. So I'm getting myself back to feeling my healthy self again. I'm on the track and I'm doing the right things, and I'm focusing on the diet and getting my back in my exercise and sleeping well and all the things. But it's taken me ages to lose weight and try and start to feel better in myself, because I don't want to come across like I need to be a certain weight, because that's just not, it doesn't work for someone like me. And I know there's so many other people like me, and especially on the neurodivergent community, you know, I thought I was there to help in the therapy standpoint of like helping people through their struggles and emotions through therapeutic stuff, right? But I realized for someone like me, it could be the ADHD a bit, to be honest, but I want to make people feel good. I want to give them an experience. And for me, that's always been a thing in fitness, and especially spin. And I just think in the neurodivergent community, especially online, and especially in the fitness world, trust me, there's so much pressure. You have to look a certain way. There's so much, you have to do A, B, and C, and D, and then you get your D. It's like, it's so hard for us to stick with goals, for some of us, of course. There's just so much to it. There's so much struggle that we go through around just being consistent. You know, that's been such a hard thing for me to work through, is trying to be consistent all the time. But one thing that I've been able to be consistent about is doing spin and having something I enjoy. And I hope that my classes give you that feeling of like, it's all good. Like, have a good time. There's no pressure to lose weight. There's no pressure to get fitter. The truth is, and I guess the positive is, that you naturally will get fitter because you're doing spin, right? And you're doing movement. But I don't want the pressure to be like that. And trust me, I'm all about the scientific stuff and I'm into all that. But at the same time, it's so much pressure for us to be so perfect in this world and this industry. And I want people to feel really safe when they come on this channel, to, you know, to feel like it's okay. The overwhelm, it's all good. I had a video I posted yesterday. It was all about ADHD focus, and that's the people I want to talk to. I want to talk to the ones who find it really hard to do the tasks, right? And had to have a workout to shift the energy, and then they can continue on. And I don't know, this is just really something I really feel is the gap in where I'm meant to help people. I've always felt meant to help people, but I didn't know how it was, whether it was through a physical, like, you know, through spin or fitness, whether I thought it was to do with mental health, like therapy, or it was the spiritual stuff, which was like kind of spiritual guidance. But one thing that's really landed for me since everything I've been through, and especially after coming out of the autistic burnout, which, as if you've been through it, you bloody get it, is that spin is the one thing that can just shift the mood. And if I can just boost someone's mood on that day with a class or just energy, whatever it is, then I feel like that's how I feel like I play my part in this. I don't know, like it all sounds crazy, but I have been trying to help people for so many years now, and I never knew exactly where it was. And since my figuring out that I had autism and ADHD, which I was just so surprised about. ADHD I knew, but definitely autism. I was like, what? It's just really made me feel like, these are the people that I feel I'm meant to serve. And I definitely haven't been properly diagnosed, but I've done screening, and that's how I knew I had ADHD, was through the screening of dyslexia, which I can't bloody talk about. So I've always kind of had a bit of dyslexia as well when it comes to reading and especially speaking. I'm getting better as I'm getting older, but yeah, it's just like, I just want this to be a neuro-affirming place where you feel safe to be yourself without the pressure and restrictions of life. So I hope this is a big ramble, but I needed to explain myself. I didn't want to come back on weekly content until I explained where I've been, because not that I'm expecting a lot of people to find this, but I've been through so much with this whole burnout and this whole identity shift, and I had to make changes and decisions, and it was so hard. And being able to come out of this, yes, I'm a bit heavy on my weight. I'm trying to find myself again. I'm back on my healthy supplements, and I'm adding more meat in my diet because I was vegan for a bit, and I think that's what kind of tipped me over the edge, to be honest. Just doing too much exercise, less recovery, not enough protein with the vegan stuff. I obviously wasn't eating enough, which I was trying to. It just, things happen, and I always feel like I have shame about my neurodivergence, from changing a bit and changing my diet. Not that I'm doing it now, but changing things. I've always had shame, and people around me have made me feel a bit shameful for that as well. And also, sometimes I may talk a lot and I yap and I overshare sometimes, and I'm trying to learn to bring that down because my rejection sensitivity is just so loud now. If I feel rejected in any way, it literally makes me cry. But yeah, I guess I just needed to have a video here to explain where I've been and to intend what this channel is going to be about moving forward. And I think once I've done this, it could attract the people I'm meant to come through. I want to do weekly videos about, not too long videos as well, that helps you get out of that excessive function, or just whatever your ADHD, autism, or honestly any neurodivergence or any sensitivity you have about life and just how hard it can be, especially right now with what's going on in the world. It's a lot. I want this to be a safe space, and I really hope it can be. So I'm doing this to just express to you where I've been, what the hell is going on, and what to expect for the rest of this channel. I hope that this resonates with you. I think there needs to be more. I don't see a lot of neuroaffirming trainers, first of all, and I would love to specialize in that. I think I would be the perfect fit, considering I'm around a lot of different type of people. The neurodivergent community, you get me. You get it. I get you. You get me. And I think there's so much growth that can happen, and so much change and positive change that can happen in this community, because it's just so heavy sometimes. We deal with a lot of stuff. Our day-to-day life and tasks can be so hard. And if I can be some positive change or something for someone, then I feel like that just feels the right thing for me to do. So yeah, this is where I've been. I'm back, and I am going to do weekly content. I'm only going to do one video a week. In the past, I've always done 30-day challenges, and I've been working every day, and I've been doing over 4 classes a day. I'm crazy when I get in the zone. So I'm really trying to learn from my burnout to not burn out again, and to take my time and do one video a week only, because I am doing in-person spin classes all week basically, and yoga. I teach yoga as well as my main thing. So yoga may come on the channel too. I'm into yin yoga and gentleness. I don't like the crazy headstands. You won't see me doing that. But yeah, that's kind of where I'm at. So I really hope that you resonate with this, and I thank you for listening if you've stayed all the way. I love to yap, and when I start yapping, I say so much, but if you get it, you get it. Okay, so thank you so much, and yeah, Like, get ready for weekly videos, subscribe if you feel comfortable, and there's no need to be anything else but yourself. You won't see me wearing full crop tops and full extreme short shorts. Like, I don't work like that, and I don't look like the typical fitness gal. However, I am on my own journey to better myself and to feel my fittest, which I know what that feels like, and just be at my healthiest state as well. So yeah, thank you for listening, and hope I'll see you on the bike. Let me know if you resonate with anything I'm saying as well. Thank you so much, everyone. Have a good day.